Hello and welcome to May's part 2 of game pickups. Yeah, I thought I was done for May and only have one video, and it turns out I got a slew of new games, but not just games. So let's go ahead and we'll move that out of the way and we'll get started with the games. Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. It was a fun game. I'd never played it before until I got this. It was a requested game for my Game of Day series, and so I was able to find it, and so we bought it, and it's awesome. It was a lot of fun. Really neat stuff to do in the game. I hope to play it more when I get a chance. Now, I have to show you something else before I can show you the next games. I have a Retron 3, which plays Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, NES, and Sega Genesis games in one console. There's a knob you dial to play between the ones. And it stopped playing NES and Sega games, and it turns out that the pins inside of the unit are gone. They were so tight on the cartridges, they just ripped out. So I had no NES and no Sega Genesis for a long time. So Mrs. Pitfall went out and got me a new NES. And old toaster style, love it, works like a champ, plays games great. But that's not all she did. She went out and surprised me by getting me a first generation Sega Genesis. Needs a little cleanup, but this is actually my first Sega Genesis I've ever owned. And I was surprised. I only wanted an NES, and she came home with this at a great deal. I was happy. And the guy at the store that I go to threw in 2 free games. And this one is Bugs Bunny in Double Trouble for the Sega Genesis. Again, not played, so I have no idea. But I look forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. The next one is Pink Goes to Hollywood. The Pink Panther game. I didn't even know there was a Pink Panther game on the Sega Genesis. So this one should be fun to play. I can't wait. So now back to regular game pickups. But I had to show you the 2 consoles I got, so that I could tell you the story about how I got the 2 games. Next up is, I think this is Pokemon Dungeons. Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. It's like a roguelike Pokemon game where you go through dungeons and explore things. And it's in really, really great shape. Good game. Mrs. Pitfall likes this. This is her thing, not mine. Nope. I've only played Pokemon Snap. Alright, next up, working on my Activision collection for the 2600 is Kaboom. I gotta find my paddle controller so that I can play this on my Game of Day series, but it's a lot. It's a challenging game. The bad guy drops bombs from the top, and you have to catch them in the water. It's interesting. It's in really good shape for an Activision cartridge, because usually their labels give out, but this one's in pretty good shape. Get those off of there so you can actually see the main title. Now, I do give this series a lot of grief because it did go bad, but I bought this one really, really cheap for the PS4 because I really wasn't interested in Call of Duty Infinite Warfighter, but I was interested in this one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, because that was the one I loved to play. Me and my buddies played that one, and Modern Warfare 2 was even better. But those were the ones we loved to play. So I look forward to firing this up and playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 there, and see how it goes. That's if it comes. It may have been digital download. I don't know. So there may not be, because there was no paperwork. I'm hoping that it's not. If it is, well, I got Infinite Warfighter. I probably won't play it, but it's in my collection. Next up, the missing Batman game I was looking for was Arkham Origins. Now I have all three of the Batman series. These were great games, and I got this one really cheap also. This one was actually complete, so I was happy. Next up, my nephews. I don't know if you've been over to my website. It's in the description below, and you go there, and I have a list of games. I'm working on a list of games, but it shows my consoles and what consoles I have as well in my collection. And I have 3 PlayStation 2s. I have 2 originals and a Slim. So one of them in the I just recently was given. So so what I'm doing is putting that in the room my nephews stay in, so that they can play on the TV, or the guests, if somebody's staying in the guest room, really, they can play. And so I got them, they like wrestling, so I got them SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 on the PlayStation 2, and it's all there, and being it's like mint in there. I mean, there's no scratches or anything. It looks really good, and hopefully they like it. And because I am a Dungeons and Dragons fan, I went ahead and picked this one up, Demon Stone, Forgotten Realms. So I am interested in playing this one because it looks pretty good. I still love playing my PlayStation 2, and this one looks in great shape. It's like they never took the book out at all. Once again, it's immaculate. I was like, yes, I think I'll grab that one and throw that one in the game series. Now, it's not actually labeled as a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's actually just Demon Stone, Forgotten Realms. Forgotten Realms is a Dungeons and Dragons thing, but this one is not actually labeled as a Dungeons and Dragons game. They may have started it that way, but didn't get the license or something. But it looks interesting, and like I say, I still like to play my PlayStation 2 quite a bit. I need to post more of those videos. Okay, so that's the end of the May game pickups. I've actually had these sitting here waiting to shoot this video for over a week. I'm behind. I really am. School. I got to pick up and doing my school stuff, so it's going to take away from my gaming. But no, it's okay. I got, and I don't know that I'm going to get very many more games coming up here. But you never know what I'll stumble across when I go out walking around, because next month is the Southern Fried Game Room Expo in Atlanta, Georgia. It's actually outside of Atlanta. It's in Marietta. If you're in the Southeast and you have nothing going on that weekend, I think it's July 12th, 13th and 14th, I'd have to look it up. I can post a link in the description below to their site. I highly recommend it. It's like $60 for all weekend, and you play all the games you want. There's vendors there selling posters, video games, pinball machines. A lot of the machines are for sale that are there. It's really worth going to just because it's a lot of fun to play a lot of these classic games. I usually go down for a day. We usually go down a night or a day, depending. It starts on a Friday night and it's all day Saturday and most of Sunday. It's a lot of fun. I will probably be streaming some of it live on my YouTube channel while we're there, and so that I can show everybody what's going on and everything. But I can't stream all of it because I got to be able to play the games. So I'm working on that as well. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button. It's down there. It says subscribe. Yeah, hit that button. Or there's a little blurb over here in the corner with my logo. That's a subscribe button as well on the video. And if you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, if you didn't like it, there's a button for that too. If you've played any of these games and know anything about them, leave me some comments in the comment section. I love to hear from you. Once again, thank you for watching and have an awesome, awesome day.